Your morning is destroying your intelligence, not slowly, not accidentally. Every single day you wake up and hand your brain to randomness, notifications, noise, urgency, and then you wonder why you feel mentally average. Highly intelligent people are not born sharper. They are protected sharper. The first hour decides whether the brain operates as a weapon or as a sponge. So here is the question. Is the morning controlled, or is it consuming him? Habit 1. Protect the first input. No phone, no news, no messages. The brain is highly suggestible in the first minutes. Whatever enters sets the tone. Most people inject stress before they stand up, then blame the day. Intelligent people choose the tone first. Silence, or one intentional input. A page, a thought, a line of strategy. Put the phone in another room. If that feels uncomfortable, that is dependence. And dependence dulls sharpness. If the first input shapes the day, why outsource it? He opens his email at 7:04. At 7:06, he clicks one notification. At 7:09, he is solving someone else's problem. At 7:17, he forgot what mattered. Nothing dramatic happened, just drift. By 9:30, he feels busy. By 11, he feels behind. The day was not stolen, it was surrendered. That is how intelligence leaks. Is the morning directing him, or is he directing it? Habit 2. Move before thinking. The brain follows the body faster than it follows logic. Highly intelligent people trigger physiology before they trigger analysis. 10 push-ups, cold water on the face, a fast walk. Not for fitness, for state control. Most people try to motivate themselves while half asleep, shoulders collapsed, breathing shallow. That is not lack of discipline. That is bad sequencing. State first, strategy second. Here is the chaos truth. He does not need inspiration. He needs oxygen. Stand up right now. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale fully. That shift is intelligence in action. If the body is weak, how will the decisions be strong? Habit 3. Decide. 1. Win. Highly intelligent people reduce cognitive friction early. Before the world adds complexity, they define one non-negotiable win for the day, not 10 tasks. One decisive outcome, because clarity compounds. Most people create long to-do lists that create anxiety. Intelligent people create leverage. One result that moves identity forward. Write it down. One sentence. If everything else fails, this gets done. This is not productivity. This is strategic positioning. Around minute 3 of every day, most people are already reacting. Intelligent people are already aiming. Who is steering? Habit 4. Delay dopamine. The average morning is a dopamine buffet. Scroll, sugar, chaos. Highly intelligent people delay easy stimulation, not forever, intentionally. They understand that cheap dopamine lowers baseline focus. If the brain spikes early, it crashes mid-morning. That crash is mistaken for fatigue. It is mismanaged reward timing. No instant scrolling, no random videos, no digital grazing. Replace consumption with creation. Even 5 minutes of writing, planning, sketching, thinking on paper. The brain respects effort. It devalues ease. Here is the uncomfortable part. If he cannot sit 5 minutes without stimulation, the problem is not time. It is tolerance. Who controls the reward system? Habit 5. Think in questions, not statements. Highly intelligent people start the morning by asking better questions. Not, what do I have to do? But what would make today strategically successful? Not, why am I tired? But what input caused yesterday's drop? Questions expand perception. Statements freeze it. Most people repeat yesterday's assumptions. Intelligent people interrogate them. Take 30 seconds. Ask one disruptive question about your current trajectory. Write the answer. This is cognitive expansion in real time. If no new question is asked, why expect a new result? Habit 6. Create before consuming. Stop. If this is being watched passively, pause it. Open notes. Write one original sentence. Not perfect, just yours. Most people rent their brain to strangers before breakfast. Scroll, watch, compare. Then they wonder why their thinking feels secondhand. Intelligent people reverse the order. They produce before they ingest. Creation builds agency. Consumption builds imitation. The brain cannot lead if it only reacts. No mental snacking before output, 5 minutes of raw creation before any feed. A paragraph, a plan, a problem worth solving. It does not need to be brilliant. It needs to start. Create first, then consume. Habit 7. Friction audit. Highly intelligent people scan for resistance patterns. Where did yesterday leak energy? Which conversation drained focus? Which task was avoided? They do not judge it emotionally. They diagnose it structurally. Most people treat avoidance as character weakness. Intelligent people treat it as a system flaw. If something is consistently delayed, redesign it, break it, shorten it, remove it. Stop. Write down one friction point from yesterday. Decide a structural change. Intelligence is not about knowing more. It is about removing drag. If friction repeats, why is it tolerated? Habit 8. Guard identity early. The morning is when identity is most flexible. Highly intelligent people reinforce who they are becoming before the world labels them. A single sentence. I operate with precision. I finish what matters. It is not an affirmation theater. It is neurological priming. Repetition forms identity. Identity drives action. Most people let external events define them by noon. Intelligent people predefine themselves by 7 a.m., and here is the subtle chaos spike. If the self-image is vague, the behavior will be average. Define it sharply. If identity is not installed intentionally, what gets installed accidentally? Habit 9. Time. Block the first deep hour. Highly intelligent people protect at least one uninterrupted block in the morning for deep work. No meetings, no messages, no reactive tasks. One cognitively demanding activity. Because willpower decays throughout the day. The brain is sharpest early. Most people waste peak cognition on email triage. That is like using a scalpel to open junk mail. Intelligence is allocation. Protect the prime hour. Turn off notifications. Close tabs. If someone else can interrupt it easily, it was never protected. If peak energy is spent on noise, what remains for strategy? If someone else sets the first task of the day, control is already gone. Habit 10. Exit the house. Mentally prepared. Highly intelligent people do not drift into the day. They transition deliberately. Before leaving the house or opening the laptop, they pause for 30 seconds and visualize pressure. Not a success fantasy. Pressure rehearsal. What obstacle is likely today? How will it be handled calmly? This is mental preloading. Most people are surprised by stress. Intelligent people anticipate it. That anticipation reduces emotional volatility. It is not pessimism. It is preparedness. If pressure is predictable, why is the reaction unprepared? He checks Instagram at 6:58. 4 minutes later, his priorities are gone. Most people don't lose because they are stupid. They lose because their mornings are undisciplined. Intelligence is not rare. Controlled intelligence is. Every uncontrolled morning is a vote for mediocrity, and mediocrity arrives disguised as busy. Reactive mornings create weak decisions. Weak decisions dilute standards. Diluted standards rewrite identity. That is how sharp people become average, not from lack of talent, but from lack of structure. The mind adapts to what it tolerates. If distraction is repeated, distraction becomes personality. No one announces they chose average. They just wake up and repeat yesterday. They stop protecting the first hour. That is the fracture point. Control. Either the morning is designed or the day is surrendered. There is no neutral. Choose 3 habits. Lock them for 7 days. No negotiation. If the structure stays weak, the results stay predictable. Average is not fate. It is a morning left undefended.